My name is Travis Bell. I'm an instructor in the School of Mass Communications at the University of South Florida. My first inclination that I thought I would like the major was my junior year of high school. My dad and I were watching a sporting event, and one of his fraternity brothers was doing play-by-play.
As the season headed into November, all Tennessee had to do was win its last 4 games.
And I was basically saying a lot of what Ron was saying while my dad and I were watching the game. So he's like, "Did you ever think about going into broadcasting?" I was like, "Nah, I thought I'd be an architect." But after 2 years of drafting in high school, I realized I just kept designing the same house, moving rooms around, so I figured that was not my intended goal. So he kind of sparked that interest in my way of thinking. Then when I got into college, did more print journalism at first so I could get into the telecom classes, and figured out how to white balance a camera and how to shoot it, and found that I liked everything about it. The whole, I guess, composite creation of television, combining the writing and the visual component. And at that point, that's when I figured out, I think I want to do this. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I think this is what I want to do. While TV is a lot of fun, and it really is, I couldn't have imagined doing anything different. It's a strenuous job, the schedule's tough, but I wanted to teach what I did for so long because I felt like the best instruction that I got when I was in college were from the people who worked in the industry, because not only mass comm, but just telecom in general is very practical, it's very hands-on. You do it, you screw up, you figure out how to fix it, you do it again. It's like Groundhog Day. The more you do it, the better you get, and the more comfortable you get doing it. I hoped that I could translate that into education, and fortunately I found that, at least in my first couple years of doing it, that I enjoy it as much as I did TV, so I'm glad that I made the switch. Advice moving forward for graduates or hopeful graduates would certainly be to be innovative. Think of different ways that people might want to consume news and try to be ahead of the game. It's so hard now with the technological advances that are made, but how people consume and how people distribute that information, I think, are going to be the biggest changes moving forward. A quote I live by is, "The goal of each project is to suck less than the last one." And I think that's actually a very valid statement for any type of visual creativity, because you're going to make mistakes, especially early on when you're unfamiliar with what you're doing. If you learn from that previous mistake and figure out, how do I not do that again? You will still make mistakes, because I can't think of any real perfect visual thing that I've seen, but the goal is to make it as close to perfect as you can.
That's all we got, unfortunately, for 10 Sports Extra. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
It's a fun business. It is.